Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech, where we blend casual conversations with insightful discussions on the latest in technology and gadgets.
Yeah.
Today, we're diving into some pretty wild tech news.
Okay.
Amazon's selling cars now.
Right.
Self-driving
Nice.
cars hit a snag, and AI is doing some mind-bending things. Ready to explore.
Absolutely. It's really amazing how these seemingly separate tech stories actually paint a bigger picture of how technology is evolving. Buckle up, because the future is looking pretty interesting.
Okay, let's start with Amazon.
Yeah.
I mean, they're selling everything under the sun, so why not cars, right?
Yeah.
Amazon Autos has officially launched, and their first partner is Hyundai.
Interesting.
They're rolling this out in 48 cities across the U.S.
Wow.
It feels like they're taking their everything store concept to a whole new level.
Yeah.
But could this really shake things up in the car industry?
It definitely has the potential. Think about the impact Amazon had on book selling.
Right.
It completely transformed how we buy books. This move into car sales could be just as disruptive. Streamlining the financing, trade-ins, all that paperwork, it could be a game changer. Not to mention, it might force traditional dealerships to rethink their whole approach.
I'm already picturing those Prime delivery vans trying to squeeze a Hyundai onto my driveway. Free delivery with Prime, maybe. Okay, probably not, but it's a funny thought.
Well, I doubt we'll see cars delivered in Amazon boxes anytime soon.
Right.
The focus on convenience and user experience is key. That's where Amazon really excels.
Yeah.
And that could be a major draw for car buyers who dread the traditional dealership experience.
Speaking of shaking things up,
Yeah.
self-driving car world just took an unexpected turn.
Oh.
GM decided to shut down its Cruise robo-taxi program.
Really?
That was a pretty big surprise, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Especially with all the hype around self-driving cars.
It does seem like a sudden move considering the buzz around autonomous vehicles.
Right.
But this actually highlights the huge challenges of getting self-driving cars to work seamlessly in busy cities. There are so many unpredictable elements in those environments. And it
Yeah.
seems GM realized it wasn't as close to a viable solution as they initially thought.
It must have been a tough situation for the Cruise employees.
Absolutely. Anytime a project is shut down, it impacts people's lives and careers.
For sure.
But GM isn't completely abandoning self-driving technology. They're shifting their focus to incorporating autonomous features into personal vehicles.
Okay.
It raises a really interesting question.
Yeah.
Will we see self-driving features become common in the cars we own before robotaxis become a reality?
Yeah.
It's almost like a plot twist in the whole self-driving narrative.
While we're talking about plot twists, let's shift gears to AI.
Okay.
OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, has just released a new tool called Canvas, and it's available to everyone. What's got you excited about this one?
Canvas is basically like combining Google Docs with ChatGPT.
Okay.
You can write code and get instant feedback from GTT all in one place.
That's right.
Imagine having an AI brainstorming partner right there in your document, suggesting ideas and even writing code for you. It could totally change how we work and create.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
An AI brainstorming partner. It's like having a super-powered editor who's always on call. And speaking of AI doing incredible things, have you heard about this meta-research on AI that can think about math without using words?
I have.
Is this a sign that AI is evolving beyond human language?
That's a question that's got everyone talking.
Right.
What Meta's research shows is that AI can learn to work with mathematical concepts using abstract symbols without needing human language as a go-between. It's a fascinating glimpse into how AI might be developing its own unique ways of thinking.
Okay, that's officially blown my mind.
Yeah.
But let's bring things back down to earth for a second.
Right.
YouTube now has an auto-dubbing feature for creators. Think about the impact that could have. Videos could be accessible to a global audience without needing expensive dubbing studios.
The potential is huge. It could break down language barriers, allowing creators to reach a much wider audience. It could also help people who are deaf or hard of hearing to access content more easily.
It's like all these advancements are pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Sure.
But as with any powerful technology, there are concerns about misuse.
Oh, yeah.
There was that report about 11 Labs, a voice cloning platform
Yeah.
being used in a Russian disinformation campaign.
That definitely raises some red flags. As AI becomes more sophisticated, we need to be really mindful of the ethical implications.
Definitely.
How do we prevent these tools from being used for harmful purposes? It's a challenge we need to address head-on.
It's a good reminder that every technological advancement comes with both amazing potential and potential risks.
Yeah.
But it's through open discussions and thoughtful development that we can hopefully harness the power of these tools for good.
Right.
So with all these trends swirling around us,
Okay.
Amazon selling cars, AI breaking language barriers, and self-driving cars hitting a bump in the road, what stands out to you as the most significant development?
What's fascinating to me is how these seemingly unrelated trends are actually converging. They're all pointing to a future where technology is becoming more integrated into every aspect of our lives.
It's almost like we're living in a science fiction novel,
Yeah,
except it's real life and it's happening right now.
exactly. And that's what makes it so exciting and a little bit daunting, too.
Well, on that note, let's take a quick break and come back to explore even more groundbreaking tech news.
It's like we're on the edge of a whole new era and it's unfolding right before our eyes.
And while some areas of tech, like those robotaxis, are facing some roadblocks, other fields are making incredible leaps forward. Take quantum computing, for example. Have you heard about Google's new quantum computer chip called Willow?
Oh, absolutely. Google Willow is a big deal. It's a 105 qubit superconducting chip, and it's been making waves because they've used it to demonstrate something called error-corrected surface code qubits. Now, I know that sounds complicated.
It kind of does. What does that even mean?
Basically, it means they've taken a major step towards building quantum computers that are more reliable and less prone to errors.
Okay.
And that's key, because quantum computers have the potential to be exponentially faster than the computers we use today. Imagine what we could do with that kind of computing power.
Okay, so it's like upgrading from a bicycle to a spaceship in terms of speed and power. But what would we even use that kind of power for?
The possibilities are pretty mind-blowing. Quantum computing could revolutionize fields like medicine materials, science, and artificial intelligence. Imagine developing new drugs and treatments at lightning speed, creating entirely new materials with unheard-of properties, or training AI models that are vastly more powerful than anything we have now. It's a whole new world of possibilities.
It's amazing to think that something that sounded like science fiction just a few years ago is becoming a reality. So while GM is hitting the brakes on robotaxis, quantum computing is accelerating at an incredible pace. It just goes to show how unpredictable the tech world can be. And speaking of unpredictable, there's been some fascinating news from the world of, well, the universe.
Ah, yes, the mysteries of the cosmos. The James Webb Space Telescope has been sending back some incredible data.
Right.
And one of the most surprising findings is that the universe is expanding faster than we previously thought, about 8% faster to be precise.
Hold on, how do they even measure the expansion of the universe?
Yeah.
And why is this 8% difference such a big deal?
It's a complex process, but essentially they observe distant galaxies and analyze their redshift. That's a shift in the light they emit towards longer wavelengths, which happens because space itself is expanding. And this 8% difference might not sound like a lot, but it suggests there might be something missing from our current understanding of cosmology, the study of the universe's origins and evolution.
So is this a case of our instruments needing recalibration, or is there something fundamentally unknown at play here?
That's the million-dollar question. This discrepancy could point to new physics, new particles, or even modifications to our understanding of gravity. It's a reminder that we're constantly learning and refining our knowledge of the universe.
It's kind of humbling to think about how much we still don't know. But it's also incredibly exciting to think about all the discoveries that are yet to be made. But let's bring things back down to Earth for a moment. We've been talking about these huge, groundbreaking developments, but sometimes even the simplest things in tech can have hidden complexities. Take JSON, for example.
JSON, the data format that everyone loves to hate.
Exactly. It seems so straightforward, but I've heard there are actually some complications lurking beneath the surface.
You're right. On the surface, JSON looks simple and easy to use, but when you dive into its formal definition, it's actually quite complex. And the biggest issue is that different programming languages handle JSON parsing. That's how they interpret and use the data in different ways. And this inconsistency can cause all sorts of problems for developers, from data loss to security vulnerabilities.
So what you're saying is, even in the world of tech, things aren't always what they seem. It's a good reminder to never stop learning and questioning, even when it comes to things we think we already know.
Absolutely. There's always more to learn, and that's what makes this field so fascinating. Speaking of learning, I've been reading about a new database system called Limbo. It's still in development, but it has some interesting features that could make it a real contender in the database world.
I'm always intrigued by new database technologies. They're like the foundation of so much of what we do online. What's special about Limbo?
Well, it's designed to be an in-process OLTP database management system, which means it's built for handling high-volume transaction processing within a single application. And it has some cool features like asynchronous I/O support and SQLite compatibility.
Okay, I'll admit some of those terms are going a little over my head. Can you break it down for us non-techie folks?
Sure. Basically, asynchronous I/O support means that the database can handle multiple requests simultaneously without getting bogged down. And SQLite compatibility means it can work with one of the most popular lightweight database engines out there. This makes Limbo very versatile and potentially very powerful.
So is this something that everyday users would interact with directly, or is it more behind-the-scenes stuff?
It's definitely more behind the scenes. Think of it as the engine that powers many of the applications and services we use every day, from social media platforms to e-commerce sites. You might not see it directly, but it plays a crucial role in making those services work smoothly and efficiently.
It's amazing how all these different areas of technology, from the vastness of space to the intricacies of databases, are interconnected and constantly influencing each other. It's like a giant ecosystem with each advancement rippling out and creating new possibilities.
Yeah.
But before we get too lost in the technical details, I want to bring things back to you, the listener. With all of this incredible technology evolving around us, what tech developments are you personally most excited about, or maybe even a little worried about, and why? Think about it for a moment, and we'll be right back to wrap things up.
It is a good question to think about. What tech trends are shaping our world and how we feel about them? Personally, I'm incredibly excited about the potential of AI to tackle some of the world's biggest challenges like healthcare and climate change.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think it's crucial that we develop and use AI responsibly, addressing concerns about bias and job displacement.
I totally agree. It's about finding that balance, embracing the potential while being mindful of the risks. And that's what we've been exploring today, the amazing advancements happening in tech. From Amazon diving into the car market to the universe expanding faster than we ever imagined.
And who knows what groundbreaking discoveries are just around the corner. It's an exciting time to be following the world of technology.
Absolutely. And it's thanks to curious minds like yours that we can navigate this ever-changing landscape. So as we wrap up our bite-sized tech deep dive, we want to thank you for joining us on this whirlwind tour of the tech world.
We hope you've enjoyed exploring these fascinating developments with us.
And remember, the conversation doesn't end here. What tech trends are you most excited about? What concerns do you have? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep exploring together. Thanks for tuning in to Bite-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.